Hello friends, today I'm doing another recipe very popular with my family as well as my friends too, a chocolate walnut cake. I'm walking you through the wet ingredients required in this recipe. First of all, let me mention that I'm reducing the quantity of oil to it's required 1.5 cup, but I'm using only 1 cup. I will be sharing how to compensate for that, the less oil, and also the recipe does not get affected. Okay, it's a eggless recipe, but it's not vegan. We are using yogurt, a thick yogurt. You need to use thick yogurt. You don't watery yogurt will not work over here. This is a cup of brewed coffee, 1 cup of water with 1 teaspoon of 1 cup of brewed coffee, 1 cup of water and 1 teaspoon of coffee, and we brew it together. Then we have 3 teaspoons of vanilla essence, 1.5 tablespoon of vinegar, and these are the wet ingredients. Some milk as and when required. I'm using a blender to do the wet ingredients. I prefer it to a hand blender. The wet ingredients can all go together in the blender and just blend them. So here for the oil, which I'm not adding the half cup, I'm replacing it with 1 cup of mango. I have mango at the moment. Ideally, avocado is also a very good fruit to replace with the oil, or an apple. Just peel it, grate it, and mix it. When you're blending with the wet ingredients, just put everything together. So here it goes. Everything is in the blender, all the wet ingredients along with the fruit, and we are blending. I forgot to add the sugar, so here I am adding the 1 cup of sugar to the wet ingredients. So everything blends together. So here we have the second part of the cake preparation, the dry ingredients. I have 3 cups of flour over here, 1.5 cup of all-purpose flour, that is PPF, and I'm making I'm not making the whole cake with the PPF, all-purpose flour. I'm making half of it with all-purpose flour and half of it with the regular wheat flour. So, and this is we need to sift the flours very nicely, and this is the baking soda, 1.5 spoons, because this is 3 cups. For every cup you need half teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon of salt. So this is altogether 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda, and this is 3 teaspoons of baking powder, a cup full of chopped nuts, roughly crushed with the rolling pin. I've not chopped them finely, just crush them with the rolling pin. So here we have all the dry ingredients together. The cocoa powder, it's for 1 cup it will be 2.5 tablespoons of cocoa powder for each cup of flour. And then we have for each cup of flour we have half teaspoon of baking soda and 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and altogether half teaspoon of salt. So these are the regular spoons I'm using, the tablespoon and the teaspoon. I'm not using the measuring spoons. Now we start adding the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients gradually. So make a well and then pour the little bit of wet ingredients into it. Now we need to mix it and then incorporate the whole thing together slowly and gently. The wet ingredients need to be really mixed well, but when you are mixing the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients, you don't have to whisk it very hard. Technically should be folded. So here we are mixing it. Okay, here it is ready. I hope you're able to see the bubbles which are forming on top, and this is a very good sign that your batter is going to rise very nicely. See here. The fruit did not blend very well, so it's a good idea to grate it before, or you make a puree of it beforehand and then add to it, because and this is the consistency we want, not very thin but not very thick also. I'll be adding some of the nuts to the batter now and reserving some for the toppings. Here we have the first batch of cupcakes which is going into the microwave. With a chocolate cake, you can put it in the microwave and within minutes it's going to be ready. I had already oiled the silicone molds. Even my cake mold is ready to be used. So they've been cleaned and then they've been oiled, greased a bit, and the first batch is going and just sprinkling some nuts on top. Here we go into the microwave for 2.5 minutes at full power, 900 watts. The next batch is also ready. The molds are ready, greased and ready for the batter to be poured into them. Okay, I'm just checking if they're ready or not. Already. Now all our efforts are done and everything is ready. So out of the whole batter, I've made 19 cupcakes and one regular cake. It's just the batter is same, it's the molds are the only difference. And I will be recording, the cupcakes are going as gifts to my friends. One as a thank you and one batch as a get well soon for one of my friend's daughter. And I will be recording their reaction to check can they taste the fruit, the less oil and the flour difference. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this recipe.